Purchase now, sell later. Your options. Hi, this is Kevin Grolig. I'm a real estate agent with Compass Real Estate located in Potomac, Maryland. And thank you for checking out my newest video in a series, Real Kevin. So last week's video was about the options that you have if you're a homeowner who's looking to buy. And do you buy first or do you sell first? Today, we're gonna dig in a little bit deeper on purchasing first. But before we get started, I'm gonna go back to what I said last week. The one option that is not an option these days is purchasing with a home sale contingency. Simply not gonna happen in today's market. Basically, what I'm saying is you're either all in or all out. So last week we discussed the options of either buying first, selling second, or selling first, buying second. Today we will take a deeper dive into option number one. Now, before you say, I can't do this, you may be surprised after watching the entire video. The first thing I will say, if you're considering buying first and selling second, is you need to have two things. One, the willingness to even consider this option. And two, the ability to even do this option. Now, if you flat out just don't even have the will to consider buying a home first before you sell, you could probably turn this video off right now. But you gotta tune in next week, because next week we're gonna be talking about the options of selling first and buying second. If you're still watching this video, let's talk about the next steps to move forward. Number one, mortgage pre-approval. You're gonna need to contact a mortgage lender to find out if, based on your debt to income ratio, you would even qualify to purchase a new home while holding on to your existing home. With today's low interest rates, you might be surprised that you can actually qualify for both. If you find out that you're unable to qualify for a new mortgage while holding the existing mortgage, well, we know that this is not going to be an option for you, but once again, next week we'll be discussing selling your home first and then buying. Number two is cash for a down payment. Now, this is a biggie for most homeowners because most of us are reliant upon the equity from our home in order to purchase the new home. However, there are some options that might be open to you. There's always the possibility of borrowing against your retirement, either a 401k or thrift savings. The money borrowed can simply be paid back at the time you then sell your home. Other options might be gifts from relatives. Whether or not this gift is going to be paid back at any point in time, that's really between you and your relatives. But no question, it must be called a gift. Other options might be a bridge loan. Now, a bridge loan is a short-term loan against the equity of your home used to purchase the new home. The idea behind this is, once again, this is a short-term loan that will be paid off at the time you sell your home. Here's a little side note. Compass will actually offer a free 6-month bridge loan for those that are looking to purchase first, sell second. Feel free to reach out to me for additional information. And lastly, a home equity line of credit, or otherwise known as a HELOC. If you currently have an existing line of credit, you can actually use that money to go towards the purchase of a new home. If you don't have an existing HELOC, you might consider getting one. One little bit of advice on that one. The HELOC may actually take a few months to originate. You also may want to check with your bank or credit union to make sure that they are okay with having a HELOC used to purchase a new home. Many times they will have a problem with that. The third thing that you want to make sure of before you purchase first and sell second is you want to know the realistic value of your current home. If you're able to qualify for a mortgage and you can come up with the cash, the next step is to engage a professional realtor to go over and determine what the value of your home is and what the cost of any repairs or renovations might be. A good realtor should be able to pinpoint exactly the things to do and not to do in order to not only sell your home, but sell it quickly and for top dollar. He or she should be able to give you a good feel of realistically where you can sell the home for, and more importantly, what you stand to net from the sale of your home. Take my word, you don't want any surprises here. Next step is you want to start preparing your current home for sale. If your home is in need of renovations or repairs, now's the time to start getting quotes and possibly even scheduling times to get the work done. The bottom line is, when you find your new home, you want to make sure that the old one is pretty much ready to go. The next step is we want to start the search for your new home. This is where you should collaborate with your realtor to start a home search portal for homes that match your needs. Today's inventory in Montgomery County is extremely low. In some parts of the county, we're finding that inventory is actually 70% less than it was at the same time last year. Next step is, let's go find your dream home. So now you've found your dream home, you've moved in, your old house should be pretty much ready to go on the market. No question, if you listen to your realtor's advice, you will be selling your home quick, you will be selling it for top dollar, and you'll stand to net a lot of money from the sale of your home. So once you've sold your home, what do you do with the money that you've now recaptured from the sale? The next and final step is recasting your mortgage loan. This is something that many people are unaware of. Many home buyers, when they purchase first, actually put a lesser amount down on the home simply because they don't have access to all of their equity. They then pay the mortgage down upon the sale of their old home. The problem in the past is that money then was placed down on the mortgage. Yes, it certainly paid down principal, but the payment didn't go down because the payment was based on the original loan amount. Today, many banks will do a one-time recasting of the loan. This is not a refinance. Where there's a new loan created, there's a different interest rates and a whole lot of extra fees. Recasting your loan allows you to pay down principal at a later time. The same loan is simply recast with the same interest rate, but just a new loan amount. Take a quick peek at how this scenario might work out on the purchase of a $600,000 home. Let's say you buy this $600,000 home with a 5% down payment at 3% amortized over 30 years. The cash needed for your down payment would be $30,000. Your loan amount would be $570,000. Your mortgage payment at 3% amortized over 30 years would be $2,404. Now, this amount only covers principal and interest. Taxes and insurance would definitely be separate. Let's say 60 days later, after you've closed on the new home, you now close on your old home. And let's just say that you've received $100,000 from the sale of the old home that you plan on putting down towards the loan balance on the new home. You can now recast that original loan. Let's see how that works out. Your new loan amount will be $470,000. Of course, your interest rate remains the same at 3% over 30 years. This yields you a mortgage payment of $1,981. So let's go ahead and sum it all up. Over the last 60 days, you've purchased a new home, sold an old home, got rid of that old mortgage, and reduced your new mortgage by $423. Under this 60-day scenario, you would have only had 1 month where you were actually making double payments. So in closing, I'm not going to say that there is zero risk. But in today's market, the risk is actually very low if you're working with a good realtor and your expectations are properly managed. Let me know if you have any questions. Once again, with today's low interest rates and the fact that most home sellers have a ton of equity in their property, you might be surprised that purchasing a new home before selling the old one is easier than you think. If you have any questions about buying or selling real estate in Montgomery County, feel free to reach out to me, or you can click on the links below to either get a free home seller's guide or free home buyer's guide. Hey, thanks once again for checking out my latest video in a series, Real Kevin. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. Hey, thanks once again for checking me out. See you next Wednesday.